I think both individually they excel in a little different ways, and blended together would make just an ultimate steer. I'm going to go with the showier steer in first. I think a steer that when you analyze him and you look over that top, he's got just a little bit more width to his loin. He pulls it together a little nicer there over his top. Again, he's adequate in his muscle shape. He's finished. He's ready to go. He's nice enough to watch on the move, and again, he adds that eye appeal that you're looking for in a show steer. Second place steer, this steer is definitely the big wig of the class. He's obviously the heavyweight class, and you can tell that just by looking at him. He's nice and round in his makeup. Where he would have the advantage over our first place steer is how deep he carries that muscle into his lower quarter. Like I said before, I'm going to go with the steer that's just a little wider over that loin when you get looking and analyzing them. But again, two really good steers can go either way with those two. Our third place steer, again, it's just a really nice, solid made steer. He's long enough made. He's adequate in his finish. Just like to give him a little bit more dimension in that ending third of him in his hind quarter to compete with the two above him. But a steer, you really got to appreciate how he ties it all together. He's smooth in his lines, and he's really nice how he flows in his structure. Our next two steers are kind of our harder doing steers. They're a little tighter in their flank. They're a little tighter in that middle third. They're nice and round in their makeup. They've got adequate finish on them. I'm just projecting that it probably took them a little bit longer to get to this stage of the game, just with their harder look to them. But again, two good steers to sit here in the middle of the class. Our next two steers, again, steers that have finish on them. Our black steer, maybe it's just a little more mellow throughout that middle third, a little bit more rib shape than our steer that's going to end the class, but just really nice steer that, again, just he doesn't have as much when you get over that top and look at him compared to the ones above him. Our red and white steer that's going to finish the class, again, this is a heavyweight steer. He just doesn't tie it as well together when you get analyzing him. I'd like to definitely give him a bit more over that loin, but a steer that's as structurally complete as you can make him, and again, a really strong set of steers.
Thank you, Jordan. First place in that class is Austin Knupp with Fluffball, exhibitor number 114. Second was Jordan Dorrance with BB, exhibitor number 109. Third was Reese Gaylord and Big Red, exhibitor 104. Fourth, Emma Nicholas with Richard. Fifth, Calla Nicholas with Arnie. Sixth, Georgia Politza with Mumbo. And seventh, Levi Rimke with Blaze. We will now move into our champion and reserve champion Hereford influenced market steers. We are bringing back the top two from those two splits. From that first split of Hereford influenced market steers, we have exhibitor 103, Reese Gaylord with Guy Diamond, and exhibitor 113, Carson Piper with Leroy. Coming out of that second split of Hereford influenced steers, we have exhibitor 114, Austin Knupp with Fluffball, and exhibitor 109, Jordan Dorrance with BB. Sponsoring the champion Hereford influenced market steer is Loner Herefords, and sponsoring reserve champion Hereford influenced market steer is Warnica Land and Cattle. If we have anyone from Loner Herefords or Warnica Land and Cattle, we would love it if you could come down to ringside and present those prizes. A word from our judge.
Well, we had a strong showing for sure in our Hereford influenced steer class, and the four we have out here again in the division are as strong as you can make them. I'm just going to go select two champions that I think for me tied all together the best from what they look like here in the present and to what I'm projecting their carcass is going to look like when they get hung. So again, congrats to you all, and I'll go and select a champion and then a reserve.
Where the weeds eat up the rain. If you get
Congratulations to Austin Nupp and Fluffball, Grand Champion Hereford Influenced Market Steer. Congratulations to Jordan Dorrance with BB, your Reserve Champion Hereford Influenced Market Steer. Once again, that Champion Hereford Influenced Market Steer, sponsored by Loner Herefords. Reserve Champion Hereford Influenced Market Steer, sponsored by Warnica Land and Cattle.
You are lovely and in need of a hand. He tells me you are never worthy, but I was just a child, you see. That was my reality. He had a sick little girl, dirty and hard, with a breastplate made of metal. She drives all day in a rusty Buick, and her feet don't reach the pedals. Got a jar of flies, a father's disguise, where his heart should be. Her mouth is sewn together. She screams with those eyes. She screams with those eyes. She's a sick, she is lovely, and in need of my hand. Yeah, he uses his hands. He tells her, you are never worthy. She was all alone, you see. That was her reality. I'm not sick, I am lovely. Hatred is the...
Coming into the class now, we have our straight bred Hereford Market Steers. Coming in first in class, we have Erin Casey, exhibitor number 118, and she has with her Ace. We then have Jessie Prosick, exhibitor 115, with Spice. Following is Kristen Dixon, exhibitor 116 with Dwayne. And Kate Webb, exhibitor 122 with Nubs. And then we have Jillian Weens, exhibitor 120 with Potsy. These steers range in weight between 1,141 pounds and 1,262. A word from our judge.
An interesting class here as we get into these lightweight steers. The steer that I'm going to use to win the class, for me, just handles the best for his stage of where he is on his finishing chart. A steer that I really like on the move, and again, in the appearance that he brings to the ring here today, I think he's just adequate from every angle and easily starts this class. Our second place steer obviously is the most moderate frame steer in the class. This guy's maybe almost a little bit too overdone. He gets pretty jiggly there when you get your hands on him, but a steer that I really like in his type and kind, and the way he gets out here on move, he's just maybe needs a little bit more growth for as finished as he is in his weight range. But again, two really nice steers to start this lightweight class. Our third place steer, again, this steer just needs a little bit more time on finish. He's just not quite there for what he is for his frame and his carcass size and condition, where he should be at a finished stage of the game. But again, a steer you really got to admire for how long made he is. He just needs a little bit more time on feed. Our next two steers, again, just need a little bit more time on feet. They're just our lightweight guys. They're just kind of coming into that